Guys, welcome back to World Illuminator 11. I hope you're all having a lovely day and welcome if it is your first time checking out my channel. And if it is your first time checking out the channel, then please do hit the subscribe button. You are very welcome here. If you are new to the channel, then a really warm welcome to you. Really glad to have you over on the channel. So earlier I did a pick-a-pow, which was an angel message pick-a-pow with messages for you and messages from the romance angels in relation to that love that you have with your divine masculine. Do check that out if you haven't seen it. Really beautiful messages that were coming through. I haven't watched it back myself, but as I was doing it, I was just feeling the beauty of the messages and the love that was really coming through as well for you from the angels. So do check that out. And we are going to keep the same angels for this speaker pile. For pile number 1, we've got this beautiful one here. So that's for pile number 1. For pile number 2, we have the angel wing. And for pile number 3, we've got this beautiful angel here. So which of these angels is calling to you for this speaker pile? And we're also bringing in 3 decks. And we're going to check in to see what you're healing as a divine feminine, what your divine masculine's healing, and also what message they have for you during this time that they're working on their own healing. So we are bringing in the beautiful cards about the healing journey of the divine feminine. So thank you, angels. What message is coming through for pile number 1? Wow. So straight out, there's 2 cards for number 1. And then thank you, angels. What message is coming through about the healing of the divine feminine for pile number 2? What is the divine feminine healing? Thank you, angels, for power number 2. What is the divine feminine healing? Okay, and then for power number 3, thank you, angels. What is the divine feminine healing for power number 3? What is okay? So we've got 1 as well there. And then we'll see what your divine masculine is healing. So thank you, angels, for power number 1. What is the divine masculine healing for power number 1? So we've got 1 card. And then thank you, angels. What is the divine masculine healing for power number 2? 1 card as well. And then thank you, angels. What is the divine masculine healing for power number 3? 1 card too. Okay. And then we're going to see what messages they have for you, what they're wanting to say. We're bringing in the love and the progress. So thank you, angels, for power number 1. What does the divine masculine want to say to the divine feminine? For power number 1, what is the divine masculine wanting to say? Thank you, angels. What is the divine masculine wanting to say for power number 1? So got these 2 cards here. And then thank you, angels. What is the divine masculine wanting to say to the divine feminine for power number 2? Got 1 card. And then thank you, angels. What is the divine masculine wanting to say to the divine feminine for power number 3? Okay, so 2 cards for power number 3. Right, okay, so got our piles. So for power number 1, those ones, for power number 2, and then for pile number 3. So which of these are calling to you today? Okay, so we'll start with this one. So what you're healing as a divine feminine. So 2 cards came out. So the first one is frustration. So you may be feeling frustrated, frustration about the length of time that it is taking, the fact that there's no communication coming in, just that frustration when it comes to your journey. So whatever that is, you're working on healing that right now. I feel so frustrated with my twin. Why don't they just get it? So, you may be in that energy where you're thinking, why don't they just get it? This frustration coming up for you. It may not happen all the time. It may come and go, or, you may just suddenly feel that. And, and that is something, frustration with your twin when it comes to whatever that may be. So, why don't they get it? Why are they not communicating? Why is it taking so long? All that kind of frustration. And the healing for frustration is, the energy of frustration can churn around and around in the second chakra. It's energy that never gets birthed. However, there is more than one way to birth something. Things don't have to come out a certain way now, do they? Focus not on the churning, stuck, stagnant, congested feeling, but focus instead on how you're going to transform the gift of this high-level twin flame energy into some kind of form made manifest. Allow your intuition and creativity to guide you. The end result may look quite different than you anticipated, but better than you even dreamed possible. So what I'm really getting with this is that, you may get into that place of frustration, but this is just an energy that gets stuck in your sacral chakra. It's just stuck, it's stagnant, and and it doesn't get birthed. It's just there. It causes you to have that frustration, and it's churning and churning around, in your sacral chakra. But the message for you here is to focus on other things, to really sort of let go of that frustration itself and use that energy that you have within to work on your creativity, to work on doing other things, that will help you to be able to put your energy into something else that you can actually birth into the world. So rather than focusing on the frustration, understand and be in a place of having compassion towards your twin for the things that they're going through, being in a place of having patience, and and really sort of putting your energy, rather than focusing on what is not happening, or the frustration, the things that are going on, focus on what you can work on, what you can birth into the world, your creativity, the things that you can do. Then you use that energy, rather than putting it on the frustration, you use that energy to actually create something, to work on something, to work on your mission. And and you will find that the end result of the thing that you actually do may actually look quite different than you anticipated, and better than you ever even dreamed of. So you're being asked to put that energy into something else more productive. That's the message that's coming through. Don't focus on what they're doing or not doing. Put that energy into doing something for yourself and birthing something, that can be about your creativity. So that's the message that's coming through. So that's about that frustration. That other cards that came out is open to receive. So this is about you opening to receive the blessings that the universe is bestowing upon you on, all the time. And it says, I do feel open to receive, but I don't understand why the universe would send me such a painful connection. So this may be what you're thinking. You're like, I feel like I'm open to receiving, but why was I given such a painful connection? Or something along those lines. You may be in that energy of just being like, I want to receive, but why is it so hard? And the healing for this is, female energy is intrinsically designed to receive. That is the way of nature. But female energy is also taught to keep that receiving chakra closed for their own good. It's virtue, right? There's a reason for that. It's because the root chakra is sacred in both male and female. It's the chakra of creation. There's great power there. If we misuse it, abuse it, distort such, it can become toxic instead of retaining its sacred nature. Universe is not punishing you with anything. Be fully in your divine power, and you will know when and how to fully open to receive all the healthy blessings that are already belonging to you. So the message is for you to remember that, you're not being punished by the universe. The universe is only love. The creator is only love. You were not given this journey as a punishment. I feel that this may be a message for someone in particular. This can be something that's coming up for you where you're just like, why am I being given this journey, and thinking all these things. You may not think it all the time. It may come in every now and again, but remember that the universe is not there to punish you. Be in the place of being open to receive. Rather than focusing on it as punishment, open your arms to receive this journey. Be in a place of gratitude for this journey, because this journey is teaching you so much about yourself. It's a journey of the self. It's a journey that is helping you to find out who you truly are, to dive deeper into yourself, to bring out the magic and and all the treasure that is within you, to help you release the pain of the past, the things that need to go, so you can truly step into your power. So rather than focusing on the things such as punishment, why am I being punished with this journey, see it as a blessing. Be open to receive this journey for what it is teaching you when it comes to your life. So the more you are open to receiving, even the things that may seem difficult, the message coming through is that there is always a blessing in there, and it's about looking to see what the blessing is and being grateful for that, being open to receive that. Even in the challenges that I've faced this week, the pain and the crying and all these things, I was actually looking to be grateful, open my arms to receive, because I knew I was learning something from this. I was in a place of being like, okay, so I am learning these lessons and I receive them and I am grateful for these lessons. So rather than focusing on things in a negative way, the message is be in a place of looking to see what the positive is, being there to receive the positive in whatever that situation is. And the more you are open and grateful, open to receiving those blessings that are coming in even from that difficult situation, and being grateful for them, the more you open the doors for more things, more positive things to come into your life. So that's the message that's really coming through. Be open to receive. Know that everything that is happening in your life is happening for a reason. It's there to teach you something. It's there to help you through something, to learn something, become wiser, whatever, see those blessings, be open to receive everything and see the good or the positive things and be grateful for those things. And that just opens up even more doors for other things. So don't focus on it as a punishment. See it as a blessing in disguise. See the disguised part and be grateful for that. Okay, so that's for the divine feminine. And the message for the divine masculine, so what they are healing: as I heal myself, I heal you and us. So that's what it says here. The healing. It is time to look to the old wounds and patterns without fear, but with courage. Examine and figure out the lessons there and allow them to heal. Dig deep and be willing to heal. So it's really powerful as well, because what I was talking about is about seeing the things that you're learning from whatever challenge you're facing as a divine feminine. And, and the healing for this is, as I heal myself, I heal you and us. And I feel that this is what's going on with your divine masculine, but this is also what you're doing when you're healing yourself as a divine feminine. And, you are one. As you're healing yourself, as I heal myself as a divine feminine, I heal you, the divine masculine, because they start to follow in your footsteps, and I heal us, the two of you, because you are one. So what is going on with you is actually resulting in the healing as well of your divine masculine. And so, for your divine masculine right now, it's time for them to look to old wounds and patterns. That's about, without fear. So they're working on this, but with courage, to look at the things that happened in their childhood, the things that they may have been pushing away and not wanting to deal with, to look at those fears and wounds and traumas of the past with courage. They're working on this right now, to really sort of dive deeper, examine and figure out the lessons that they are learning from all those experiences, the things that they've experienced in the past, and to allow themselves to heal. So they're digging deep and working on, and I feel that they're starting to open up. They're willing to heal. They know they want a change in their life, and they also know that to be able to bring in a change and the love that they desire, they have to be willing to heal. And I feel that they are working towards, all divine masculines are on different parts of their journey. There are others who are in this energy of really being willing to heal, really doing their work, and the others are working towards being willing to do so, opening up, and they are working on diving deeper. That's what they're doing, diving deeper into themselves, seeing what they've learned from the things of the past, the things that happened with you, their divine feminine, the pain that they have from that, the guilt, the blame on themselves, all those things. They are learning lessons from this. So right now they're working on diving deeper to see what it is that they're learning from this, so that they can be able to move forward. They can release the fears and, and also dive deeper into that with courage, rather than just trying to ignore it or pretend it's not there or not deal with it. They are working on healing this. So that powerful message coming through, this is what is going on with your divine masculine. It's time for them to look into the old wounds and patterns and things of the past without fear. And that's what they're working on. It may be scary for them, but they're diving into it and they're working through this and, to allow themselves to heal. So powerful message. And what they're saying to you right now, they're saying to you, I am no longer the person that I was before. So they're letting you know that there's change that is happening within them. They're going through their healing, and they're no longer who they were before. They're diving deeper. They're seeing the things that happened, and what the lessons that they learned from this, and what it was saying about themselves as well. It's when you dive deeper, is you're diving deeper into yourself, what it all means for you. And they're doing this, and they're saying to you, I am no longer the person that I was before. So they're letting you know that they are doing their work, and they are willing to heal, and they are working on this, diving deeper with courage into the things of the past so they can heal. And they're saying to you, I'm no longer the person I was before. And they're also saying to you, know that I am in awe of you, my love. So, they're focused on their healing, but they want you to know that they are in awe of you. You are their love. You are the one that they want to be with, but they also know they need to heal first so that they can be with you. So you let go of any frustration that may be coming up about the length of time that it is taking, whatever it is, why they're not moving forward, why they're not communicating. Release that. Focus on doing other things for yourself, being creative, working on other things. Be open to receive the lessons that you are getting from the time that it is taking. See what you're learning from that, from them not communicating. What are you learning from that? Be open to receive all those, see those blessings. And the more you do that, the more you actually open doors for other things to come into your life. So those are the messages for power number 1. Beautiful messages. Okay, power number 2. So your message as a divine feminine is vulnerable. And it says, I am afraid to open my heart. I am afraid to open myself to this intense connection. So this may be something that you're feeling. We all go through this, even as divine feminines. You've been hurt before, and sometimes you may, when the separation happened or things that have happened with your divine masculine, and you may get into a place of being afraid to open your heart, being afraid to be vulnerable again because of the pain that you had. So I feel this will also be a message for everyone. Obviously, take what resonates, and but if you're guided to this pile, then it's saying there is a message coming in for you in some sort of way. So I am afraid to open my heart. I am afraid to open myself to this intense connection. You may find it too intense as well for yourself, because of everything that it involves. So the healing for this is, no one wants to get hurt. No one wants to feel pain. But these emotions are part of life here, just as surely as happiness and joy are as well. If no one in the connection opens themselves up to being vulnerable, if no one opens their heart, the connection cannot grow in any direction. Being vulnerable is not weak, it is strength. Sometimes you just need to take a chance and allow it to take you wherever it does. At the core, examine any issues you have around rejection. I am the love. So, that's what you say to yourself. I am the love. It's about opening to the love that you have within. That's what this journey is teaching you. So, and it's really teaching you to let go of the pain of the past. Yes, you've been hurt and it was painful. But it's about you releasing all that. And no one wants to get hurt again. You don't want that. You want to protect yourself. But it's okay for you to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is not a weakness. It is a strength, because you're opening up to who you truly are. So the message is, it's about you starting by giving all that love to yourself. Give that love to you. Say to yourself, I am the love. And that's what this twin flame journey teaches you. It teaches you to come back to giving yourself all the love that you'd want anyone else or your divine masculine to give you. I am the love. You give that love to yourself, and you start off by giving it to yourself. That helps you to open up more, to open up more to your vulnerability. And, as you give that all that love to yourself, then you can open up as well when it comes to love with your divine masculine. So, sometimes you just need to take a chance and allow it to take you wherever it does. So, being vulnerable is a strength. So just take that chance. Open up to love. Open your heart and to being vulnerable. And, start by giving yourself the love. That's the big message that's coming through. You start by giving it all to you. You start by leaning upon heaven for all the love that comes from heaven. And, and asking the angels, like Angel Raphael, to heal your heart, to help you open your heart more to this this love, and as you're doing that, that is also actually helping your divine masculine, because as it says here, if no one in the connection opens themselves up to being vulnerable, then it doesn't move. So you have to start, especially as a divine feminine, you have to start by opening your heart. And and what you do, your divine masculine follows in your footsteps in their own time, but they do. So the more you're starting to open your heart and to being vulnerable, the more they will then also follow in your footsteps. So start by giving yourself all the love. Okay, and what your divine masculine is healing, ego in the way. So they are working and they're dealing with their ego. I still want and desire you, but I don't want to face rejection or judgment. I don't want to feel like I failed with you. So this is the things that they're working on healing right now. That ego that comes in with, oh, what if I am rejected by my divine feminine? If I move towards my divine feminine and they reject me, or, judgment of other people. What will other people say if I suddenly go back when I left? What will, all those things. It's the ego that brings in all those fears. I don't want to feel like I failed you. They probably feel like they failed you before and they don't want to do that again. It's all those fears. It's not opening up to being vulnerable either. So they are dealing as well with their ego. The healing. Hello, love. There is no failure. That is an illusion of the ego. Instead of ignoring this connection and your true feelings, address it in some manner, even if it is only with yourself for now. If insecurity and uncertainty plagues you and you don't know what to say to your counterpart or how to say it, start with something simple. Feminine energy in general wants to embrace, forgive, and nurture. Take a chance. You may be surprised. So there may be a divine masculine watching right now. You may be watching this as a divine masculine as well, because there are messages coming through for the divine masculine. And, you may be dealing with the ego, the fear that comes in. You have the love. You want and desire your divine feminine, but you don't want to face that fear of failure, or you don't want to fail or being judged, and the message is coming through for you really beautifully here. And for your divine masculine as well, this is what they're dealing with, learning that it is not about, that failure is just an illusion of the ego. And instead of ignoring the connection, they are also being guided. I feel they're being guided as well by their angels, by by their spirit guides, to really face up to their true feelings, to face up to the love. That's why they keep being shown the signs and the synchronicities to do with you, because they are being reminded of this love, so that they can face up to it and release their insecurity, so that they can then be able to move forward towards you, their divine feminine. Or if you're a divine masculine, if they're watching this, then release all that. It's just insecurity, it's just the ego, and so that you can move forward towards your divine feminine. And it says here, all the feminine energy wants is really that, in general, is to embrace, forgive, and nurture. So it says here, take a chance. You may be surprised. And I feel that your divine masculine as well right now is being guided to do this, to take the chance to move forward towards you, to tell you how they feel. And and they will be surprised, because you'll be there with your arms wide open, ready to receive them. So that's the message that's coming through. They're working on their ego. That's what's coming in the way of them moving forward towards you. And they're working on letting go of this, or at least integrating this ego, releasing that insecurity, so that they can move forward towards you. Okay, and the card that came out for them, there was only one card. I am learning to put myself first for a change and to listen to my heart's desires. And that's exactly it. It's the ego that stops them from putting themselves first, trying to put other people's first, or, not listening to their desires. What if you fail? What if all these? And they put their desire of wanting to be with you, or, moving forward towards you behind, because, they don't do that because they are having all these ego fears, but they're learning. So that's what's going on. They're dealing with their ego right now, so they can be able to move forward towards you, and they're learning to put themselves first. When they put themselves first, they will know that it's all about their heart's desires, and they can move forward towards you to tell you how they feel. So they're letting you know that right now they're learning to put themselves first, and they're also learning to listen to their heart's desires, and their heart desire is to be with you. So they're learning this, and as they are letting go of the integrating that ego, dealing with that ego, they are going to move forward to tell you how they feel. So beautiful messages for power number 2. Okay, and the last card that has come out. So for you, it's the portal of love. And it says, I need to hear from you. So, you may be in that place within yourself where you're like, I just need to hear from my divine masculine. I need to hear from you. And it says the healing. You really don't. That's what it says. So you're thinking, I need to hear from you. I need to hear from them. And it says, you really don't. You just want to detach from that need. And when you're ready to just be love, open a portal in the upper dimensions, the multi-dimensions, not just what people refer to these days as the 5D. So, you may be thinking, oh, I really need to hear from them. And the message is detached from that need. There is no need. You don't need to. You just want to. That's the message that's coming through. And, right now it's about you realizing that you can connect with them because you're always connected. You are always together. So open that portal in the upper dimensions and multi-dimensions. Know that somewhere you are already one. So that's what you're being shown here. It's not that you did need to hear from them. You are wanting to hear from them. But always remember that you are already one. And you are hearing from them in all sorts of different ways. It may not be the physical communication that we have been used to for so long, but this journey goes beyond that. Somewhere you are not in the illusion of separation. Somewhere you are not in the illusion of separation. Search for and find that space. It's a space. It may be a compartment, but it is there. There's a portal there, an opening. Most likely it is closed. Just open it. From your heart of hearts, communicate your love. Don't send it. Just let it flow freely through the portal. Big, true, unconditional love flowing freely. Release any expectations you may have. Allow yourself to be surprised by whatever happens. So what a beautiful message this is. You're being reminded that you're always one, you're always connected. Somewhere deeper within you, there's a place where you can reach that place where you remember that there isn't that separation because you're always one. And you get past seeing the physical as just the only way for you two to communicate. You really go deeper and you dive deeper into that place somewhere in your heart of hearts where you can reach that space and and you can connect with them that way and just let the love flow freely through that portal. That's just about you being in a place of unconditional love, just sending them that love and, and release any expectations you may have about needing them to communicate, wanting them, expecting them to do this, expecting them to come at a certain time, expecting them to come that this way. Release all those expectations and allow yourself to be surprised by what happens. It's really when you release the expectations. And I realized as well that I still had expectations in certain ways. And it's something that I've been working on releasing. So whatever those may be, release any expectations and just be in that place of love. The last cards that came out, or the cards that came out for your divine masculine, is fear of commitment. And it says, I might get lost in you. So this is something that your divine masculine is working through as well for themselves. Sometimes the masculine energy feels like if they fully love the feminine, they might get engulfed, shattered, or lose themselves. Life may never be the same. However, change, big or small, may show up in very good, exciting ways instead of scary ways. This relationship is not like any other. As well, here, the perception of commitment and what it entails cannot be confined to a small box. In most cases, on the twin flame journey, your feminine, as does your higher self, wants union, which is not necessarily the same thing as your idea of commitment. It is not a trap. That is neither the goal or the purpose. Open your heart and the mind will follow. So this is a message. You may be a divine masculine watching, or this is what your divine masculine is learning as well right now. That it's not about being in a place of fear of commitment as they've known it from their parents, from society. It's completely different, and their higher self wants that union. They want that union as well deep down, but it's just those fears that tend to come in the way. So they are working on releasing that, and getting to a place where they understand that it's not a trap. Being with you, the one that they truly love, is not a trap. It's actually a blessing for them to be with you. So they are working on releasing this and, changing the view that they've had about what love is, and coming together and being in union. So they're working through this, and they're working on opening their heart as well as a divine masculine. And the more they can open their heart, the more their mind will follow, and they release all the fears that stop them from moving forward towards you. And what they are saying to you as a divine feminine is, our love is stronger than any challenges and obstacles that are in our way. Our love will win. So they're saying to you, there may be these challenges of me being, afraid of commitment, or thinking of commitment the way I've known it in society, and not opening my heart. But our love is stronger than all these challenges. It is stronger than this, and it will help them to get past all these obstacles so that they can open their heart and move forward towards you. And they're saying to you, our love will win. So they are working on it, and they are going to get there, is the message coming through. And the last message is, I wake up hopeful every morning that someday soon we will be in each other's arms, this time never letting go. So this is what they're hoping for. They want this life with you. They want to be with you, and this time they don't want to let go. But to be able to get there, they need to work on themselves, to release the fears that they may have about coming together, about the intensity of the connection, and all these fears that they have. They need to release all that, and they need to open their heart. And they're working on this right now. But they are hopeful. They want this life with you. And, every morning they're hopeful that the time will come where they get past all these obstacles so they can have this life with you. So beautiful messages for all three piles. I hope that helps someone as well. I'll see you on the next video. Love, peace, positivity, and light.